What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. And this is going to be quick, sweet, and straight to the point. You know, we had a really great live stream a few days back. Had Euro on from My AUC Journey, and it was just an epic live. Had a really great time. Learned a lot of good things. Euro's a fantastic rider, and what we were talking about was seated riding, and I agree with Euro 100% that seated riding is a necessary skill that every rider should learn how to do. Now, I don't ride seated very often. I'm not the best at it, but I can do it. That'll be a story for another time. But what we were discussing was just the wind, and the point I wanted to make, I don't think it came across clear, but I came across this video that I want to share with all of y'all to get my point across, and maybe it will be just a little bit clearer. Is riding seated into a headwind is one thing, but riding seated into a crosswind or side wind is completely different. And side winds, just from my driving experience, I mean, I've driven thousands of miles across Pennsylvania, and there's been times where my car will be hit with a side wind, and I can really feel it pushing my car, toward the side of the road. And there was a really good comment made by Electric Unicycle, aka Dell, a awesome rider out of Australia. He's like, when you get hit with strong side winds, it's safer to stand. And when I heard that and saw that, and I caught it like sort of too late, so Dell, thank you so much for this comment, because it set up this whole video. So what I did, I was looking for a video just to demonstrate how strong a side wind could be, or can be, especially when it catches you off guard. I think a side wind, when it's consistent, is one thing. You can pretty much counter steer your electric unicycle, and you kind of steer into it. But the sketchy ones are the ones that you don't know what's coming, and you get a crosswind or side wind gust, and it just hits you, bam. Those are the ones that can be drastic. Those are the ones that can be fatal when you don't expect it, especially when you're riding across bridges, or you're coming from like in between buildings. Gusts of wind can come in between buildings and come down driveways, all sorts of different things. There's all kind of different scenarios. So to set this video up, this motorcycle rider was on a CBR 500R. I want to say it was a 2019, don't quote me on that, but that's kind of irrelevant. But it is a CBR 500R, and I believe it might be this bike, okay? Because the video is like 5 years old, and looking at the video, it looked like a newer CBR at the time. But again, what we're trying to do is just get you to see what is going on. Now, the curb weight of that CBR is 419 pounds. Much heavier than an electric unicycle. And you're riding on two wheels, not just one. And after seeing the video, you'll completely understand what direction I'm going in with this. Just be careful when it comes to side winds. Now, if you take and you put that up, this is a Master Pro, and the weight of this, I want to say, is 119 pounds. That's, just dry weight. The bike was dry weight as well, so you could also add your weight as a rider on there. I mean, I'm basically like a 200-pound rider, and you can see the weight of the, where is it here? Weight is 118 pounds. I'm sorry, I thought it was 119. It is 118 pounds for the Master Pro. So what we're going to do, we're going to dive into the video, and I want y'all just to take a look at this. I'm going to let it play through, and if you see these types of signs while you're riding, this is for strong crosswinds or side winds. Just heed the warnings, please. They're nasty. Crosswinds are nasty, especially when they're coming in unexpected gusts. So just watch this video, sit back, relax. I'm gonna let the first one play through, then I'll commentate the next one. you can see that the rider is moving at a pretty good clip, 80 miles an hour. But at the same time, if you look, you can see that the rider is counter steering. He's steering into the wind to try to keep the bike straight. And it's like a tug of war going on right now. Look at it. He's just getting closer to the edge of the road. Now he starts picking up speed to pass the vehicle in front of him. Vehicle moved over. Now he's moving. 84, 85, bam. Right off the side of the road. This could have been fatal. He could have lost control. Could have hit another vehicle if a vehicle was coming. And I always tell people to be very careful when it comes to the wind, especially side winds or crosswinds. And if you look down at the grass, look how it's moving. So that wind is really kicking up. And the rider's lucky. Obviously has some skill in riding in the wind. Kept their head, kept their wits about them. Just stayed under control and kind of just rode it out. So there you have it. Just be careful when riding in the wind. And just take your time. But if this can happen to a motorcycle, imagine what can happen to an electric unicycle. So I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching. Remember, you get on your wheel. You ride it like you hate it. You be safe out there, but you ride it like you hate it. I'm Sensei. Hello. Good night.